Have you ever stopped to wonder why your cat meows so much? Is it just a habit, or is your cat trying to tell you something you haven't figured out yet? Excessive meowing might seem like just another daily annoyance, but often it's a sign that something is out of balance, whether in the environment, the routine, or even your cat's health. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the possible causes of excessive meowing, how to interpret the signals your cat is sending, and most importantly, what you can do to handle it in a conscious and respectful way. If you're looking for a more harmonious relationship with your cat, one based on understanding and care, this video is for you. Ready to begin? Why do cats meow? First of all, it's important to remember, meowing is one of the most natural ways cats communicate with humans. And yes, it's something they've developed specifically to interact with us. In the wild, adult cats hardly ever meow at each other. They rely on body language, facial expressions, posture, and even scent to communicate. But with humans, meowing has become a powerful and effective tool. They've figured out that by vocalizing, they get our attention, our response, and often exactly what they want. But not all meows are the same. There are different types of meows, with variations in tone, length, and intensity. Some are short and soft, like a greeting. Others are long and persistent, like an urgent request. And then there are those deeper or higher-pitched meows that can signal discomfort, frustration, or even pain. On top of that, every cat has its own vocabulary. Some are naturally more talkative, like Oriental breeds that are known for being very vocal. Others are quieter and more reserved, and only meow when they really need to. The key is to pay attention to the context. Does the meowing happen at the same time every day? Is it linked to a specific action, like going to the food bowl or the door? Has the tone of the meow changed recently? These clues help you figure out whether the meowing is just healthy communication, or if it might be a sign that something's wrong. So let's explore the main causes of excessive meowing and what you can do to handle it in a balanced way, respecting your cat's nature and ensuring both their well-being and yours. Main causes of excessive meowing. There are many reasons why a cat might meow more than usual, and understanding those causes is essential for addressing the behavior properly. In many cases, meowing is simply a way of communicating, a request for something they want or need. Hunger, for example, is one of the most common reasons. Cats that have gotten used to being fed every time they meow may develop the habit of vocalizing frequently, especially around meal times or when they notice their bowl is empty. But meowing can also be a sign of boredom or loneliness. Cats that spend a lot of time alone, without stimulation or interaction, tend to meow more as a way to relieve stress or get attention. This is even more common in indoor environments, like apartments, where access to natural stimuli is limited. Changes in the environment can also trigger an increase in meowing. The arrival of a new pet moving to a new home, a prolonged absence of their guardian, or even just rearranging the furniture can cause anxiety. And for many cats, meowing is a way to express that discomfort. There are also cases where the cat meows simply because they've learned that it works. If every time they meow you respond with food, affection, or attention, they associate the behavior with a reward and start using it more often. Finally, it's crucial to consider the possibility of health issues. Excessive meowing, especially when it starts suddenly or comes with other symptoms, can be a sign of pain, discomfort, or illnesses like hyperthyroidism, high blood pressure, urinary problems, or even cognitive disorders in older cats. Paying attention to the context, frequency, and tone of the meows, along with your cat's overall behavior, is the first step to understanding what they're trying to communicate and responding in the best possible way. What you can do. Now that you have a better understanding of why cats meow so much, it's time to talk about what you can actually do to manage this behavior in a balanced way. The good news is that in most cases, a few simple changes to your routine and environment can make a big difference. The first step is to establish a predictable routine. Cats feel more secure when they know what to expect from their day. Feeding them at the same times, setting aside moments to play, and keeping interactions consistent can help reduce anxiety and, as a result, excessive meowing. It's also essential to provide a stimulating environment. A bored cat is more likely to vocalize, especially if they spend a lot of time alone. A variety of toys, scratching posts, climbing shelves, hiding spots, and even cardboard boxes can transform the space and keep your cat mentally engaged. This is especially important for indoor cats. And don't forget, interactive toys that your cat can use on their own are great for when you're not home. Another key point is how you respond to the meowing. If every time your cat meows you give them food, affection, or attention, they'll learn that vocalizing is the way to get what they want. That's why it's important not to reinforce the behavior unintentionally. In some cases, ignoring the meowing, once you've made sure everything is okay, is the best strategy. Over time, your cat will realize that this kind of vocalization doesn't lead to results. On the flip side, when your cat is calm and quiet, take the opportunity to reward them with affection, treats, or playtime. This kind of positive reinforcement helps shape healthier and more effective behavior. And of course, if the meowing is very intense, starts suddenly, or comes with other physical or behavioral signs, the best thing to do is consult a veterinarian. Sometimes, meowing is just the tip of the iceberg, a symptom of something deeper that needs to be carefully investigated. With patience, consistency, and attention, it's absolutely possible to turn excessive meowing into a more peaceful and harmonious relationship, one that respects your cat's nature and strengthens your bond. When to worry. It's true that many meows are just your cat's way of communicating with you throughout the day. But it's also important to recognize when this behavior might be signaling something more serious. If your cat suddenly starts meowing more than usual, with greater intensity and no clear reason, like hunger or seeking attention, it could be a sign that something's wrong. This kind of sudden change in vocal behavior deserves attention, especially if it's accompanied by other unusual behaviors. Another red flag is frequent meowing during the night. Cats are naturally more active at night, but if your cat is vocalizing persistently and disturbing the household sleep, it could be a sign of discomfort, anxiety, or even pain. Also, keep an eye out for physical symptoms. If your cat is meowing more and also showing signs like loss of appetite, vomiting, diarrhea, difficulty urinating, or moving, these could be signs of health issues that require immediate veterinary attention. And if your cat is a senior, increased vocalization might be linked to conditions like feline cognitive dysfunction, similar to dementia, or other age-related illnesses such as hyperthyroidism or high blood pressure. In these cases, meowing may be a way of expressing confusion, pain, or disorientation. That's why, if you notice any significant change in your cat's vocal behavior, especially if it comes with other physical or emotional signs, don't hesitate to contact a vet. Sometimes, meowing is the only way your cat has to ask for help, and when it comes to health issues, the sooner they're identified, the better the chances for treatment and quality of life. Remember, you know your cat better than anyone. If something feels off, trust your instincts and seek professional help. If you've made it this far, congratulations. That shows just how much you care about your cat's well-being, and that alone already makes a big difference. Living with a cat that meows a lot can be challenging, but with patience, observation, and a few changes to your routine, it's absolutely possible to improve your relationship. Remember, every meow is an attempt to communicate, and now you're better equipped to understand what your cat is trying to say. If this video helped you, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with other cat parents who might be dealing with a chatty kitty too. And of course, tell us in the comments, does your cat meow a lot? How do you handle it? Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video with more tips on how to care for your feline friend with love and awareness. Until next time.